When I first came, I've heard people who never recognized me, big producer, sitting with my director, Baradwaj. Saying, இந்த பொண்ணு வந்து இந்த படத்துக்கு ஓகே சார், அதுக்கப்புறம் இதெல்லாம் I don't think she can sustain. ராதன பொண்ணு தான், பட் அதில் அவங்க பேனர்லேயே I've done my best films.
Of course, you're not going to tell who it is, but let me tell you, அவர்கிட்ட இப்போ நீங்கள் ஏதாவது சொல்கிறதா இருந்தால், you'll say, I'm soon going to complete 50 years in the business, because 2028ல உங்களுக்கு it'll be the 50th year of
my films.
Yeah, Kirke Pogum Rail. So amazing.
So I've heard that, and I'm frankly telling you, even though I was young and all that, I never got upset. Or I was like, oh, yenna ipdi sollitanga. I see a lot of people reacting that way. I was like, it's okay, that's avanga solradhu. Because I never had this ambition, I want to be this big star or what. Everything what happened with some providence. And I think my father, when he came, the first day when I was putting makeup, I've said this many times, I was sitting down to put makeup and he walked in. He said, "Ennada makeup podrangla." And you know, for us, I think in the whole industry, they look at it very religiously. So the first pottu vaikapomudhu, he took it and kept it for me, and he said, "En tholil unakku irukattum." Appa enakku idu sonnadhu enakku, I was like hee fine and going off. But my mom always said that. அவர் சொன்னார், அது இப்போ மனசில் வச்சுக்கோ and all that. But now I realize maybe it's providence and his blessings or whatever, which has taken me. I don't say I planned anything. I wanted to walk that path. I only said I'm going to, conscious decision, like you said, I answer, is my rules. I wanted to do this. I want to do that. I was always wanting to do something different. I would change my language. I would change my body language. I would change my makeup. I used to do all that. That's it. I put my effort, and then whatever happened took me along.
Right. So, I was going to ask you about Thai Kravi, but adukku munadi, because we spoke about all this, இப்போ மெட்டி நீங்க பாத்தீங்கன்னா a very very interesting story. அது வந்து and you're wearing a Gujarati style saree for that because of a certain plot point அந்த மாதிரி. அதெல்லாம் வந்து உங்களுக்கு மகேந்திரன் சாரே வந்து நீங்க நடிக்கிறியான்னு கேட்டாங்களா, இல்ல உங்களுக்கு அந்த மாதிரி ஒரு படம் பண்றாங்கன்னு தெரிஞ்சு நீங்க போய் கேட்டீங்களா?
I think Ravi வந்து photographer இருக்கார்ல, he was very good friends with me and he is very friend. He used to always say different பண்ணு, மகேந்திரன் சார் கூட பண்ணு அப்படி இப்படின்னு. அவர் சும்மா ஜாலியா மகேந்திரன் சார் ராதிகா அவர் டிஃப்ரெண்டா அவர் சொன்னது, I think that was what happened. Or whatever.
Because you said I tried to do different things and சொன்னீங்க.
No, whenever it came, I did different.
Okay.
I put the initiative to do a different perspective of the character.
Right. So what was the first time that நீங்களா conscious-ஆ you felt that, okay, நான் இது மட்டும் ஏதோலாம் பண்ணியிருக்கேன், இது வந்து this is the first time okay, இது ரொம்ப it feels very different, அந்த மாதிரி ஒரு ரோல்னா எதுன்னு நீங்க சொல்லுவீங்க?
I've done 300 odd films.
I know it's a tough memory, but மீண்டும் ஒரு காதல் கதையா, அதுக்கு முன்னாடியேவா?
இல்லை, அந்த டைம் எல்லாம் நான் தெலுங்கு பண்ணிட்டு இருந்தேன். ஸோ ஐ திங்க் ஃப்ரம் தெலுங்கு I started.
நீங்கள் சொன்ன மாதிரி. Okay, now let's go to Thai Kravi. I was telling you, like, what was the toughest part of transformation?
So when the script was narrated, I was not convinced.
Okay.
And in the sense, I didn't know how this was going to pan out. He was a new guy, and I thought I'm going to be slotted in. You know, you have to be very careful of one thing, is the slotting business. Madarna. Amma. See, when I did Kilakkachi Mele, my whole career turned. It was another lease of a different, like, especially I've only heard when I've come into movies, ஐயோ கல்யாணம் பண்ணிட்டா அவ்வளோதான், உங்களுக்கு கேரியர் கிடையாது, உங்களுக்கு குழந்தை பெற்றா you're dead. You know, it's that sort of a thing. And I was always instinctively fighting that. I said, no. Why? Why should we be pushed into doing things just because I'm married? Or what does that, what different? You look, I said I was never a Kanavu Kani man. I was never like how Silk Smitha was or what Sri Devi was. I was never that. I said, what difference does it make? But anyway, it was something which kept playing in my head. So when I did Kilakkachi Mele, I was a single mom at that point, and I was looking after my child, and I was trying to juggle a career which had just gone up. And I decided, I knew now it's going to come to a point where they're going to ask me to play somebody's mom, sister. I'll end up doing Rajini sir's or Kamal sir's mom. I thought I was going that path. Then I decided I want to be in control of my career. I want to do what I want to do. Let me go into television. So television was starting. Oh, I had enough of people. And the highlight is everyone who has an advice in cinema, we get free advice, fantastic advice, which I don't listen. And I was listening. I said, I said, I start. And when I started a production house and it all panned out to be whatever my television journey was. So then they said, oh, television poita cinema nadikka mudiyadhu. You don't, never let these things affect you. I never take it seriously. No, I just hear it as a saying. Yeah, correct. And I kept working film. I kept doing television and I kept, it was not a planned thing, but I just kept myself whole and firm. So the roles came to me. So that's how the journey is. And then I did Chitti, and then Chitti turned everything around and I kept doing roles which I wanted to do. Right. Okay. So that was a good place to be in. So I was in control of my career. And I did some fabulous films. And I was lucky. Good directors, good technicians, and yep. So it went like that. So when Thai Killer came, I was thinking, oh my God, I don't want to fall into that trap again. So I don't want to go up that wall or road or whatever you want to say. Then Sharath heard the script and he told me, are you mad? It's such a fantastic script. I said, yeah, but I didn't want to play a role where it was going to be extension of Pasumpon. You know, that old lady. Because they can't be changed. And the Thanda tea போட்டுக்கிட்டு அப்படி நடிக்கணும்னு அது சேஞ்ச் பண்ண முடியாது.
Plus நீங்க இன்னொரு பாயிண்ட் சொன்னீங்க that இந்தியன்ல கூப்பிட்டப்பவே you didn't want that makeup.
I didn't like that whole அப்போ இன்னும் ராவா இருந்தது that special makeup. Then one day I was sitting and I was watching Dasavadaram. I watch Kamal's film every day, me and my husband. Kamal sir's film. I watch Kamal sir's film every day. I love his comedy. For me, that's my, you know, I love comedy. So I was watching, one day I was just watching and I was just, something kept triggering in my head. I was talking to him one day and he says, no, never let you be the character. Let the character be the person on screen, not you. So that kept playing on my head. And I said, okay, let me turn it around. Let's think somebody else is playing this role. What? So let's get the look. So I called them. That time Sivakarthikeyan was producing the film. I said, if you're going to do this for me, because you know, you are in a tight budget when you're doing such a, and this is going to be an expensive thing. I said, if you do this, give me that freedom of allowing me to have this makeup and make me different. I want the body, I want to be like this. I had kept Baradwaj's mother in mind. I wanted to be that. So I said, if you can do that, I will do the film.
Oh, அது ஒரிஜினலா இல்ல.
இல்ல, they just wanted an old lady.
Okay.
Old lady, and நான் நடிச்சிடுவேன் அந்த கேரக்டர் தக் மாதிரி, தக் லைஃப் ஒரு கேரக்டர் மாதிரி, and you know they'll do makeup தண்டட்டி எல்லாம் போட்டு பண்ணிடலான்னு ஒரு broad based இருந்தது. I stuck my guns. I said, no, unless we do a complete makeover, let's try that. Sivakarthikeyan got fascinated. Everybody said, yeah, that sounds good. Even the director said, ஆமா மேடம், prosthetic மாதிரி பண்ணாதான் இதில். I said, இல்லை, உடம்பும் அப்படி தான் வேணும் அப்படிங்கிறது கொண்டு வந்துன்னு. Then I discussed with Kamal sir. Then he said, there are a lot of people. But he said, there are a lot of people in India who are damn good. Then we found Vijayan, Vinish. So, the makeup artist who came in. And I said this, we all, like me, director said, idu mari irukano, appadi irukano. Then they worked on it. And yeah, so the transformation was painful. It is a 4.5 hours process to take it off 2.5 hours. Yeah.
ஸோ உங்களுக்கு வந்து கால் ஷீட் 9 o'clockனா ஒரு
I start at 4 in the morning. That means I get up at 3, I have to do my, because I had some issue with my knees, so I had to do my physio, everything, and then get into it. Yeah.
இட் இஸ் எக்ஸாஸ்டிங்.
Oh, very. I told you, ஹீரோஸுக்கெல்லாம் சம்பளம் கொடுத்து சும்மா வந்து நடிச்சிட்டு போறாங்க, எனக்கு கூட.
Serious question actually.
No, but this is the first time that I did a different deal with them. So it worked well for me.
Nice. But you're happy with what you did.
Yes. And then when I went to the set, I got into it. Of course, the director handheld me from the beginning. He kept taking videos of women. I was watching how they walk, they talk. Then I took the picture, I showed it to Baradwaj sir. He came when my mother passed. He came home. I think he was crying. He's always an emotional person. Ara, mister. எப்படி இதெல்லாம் பண்ற? He asked me. சார் உங்க தயவில் தான் சார் இதெல்லாம் பண்ணுறேன். If not you, I wouldn't be here. And உங்க அம்மா, he recognized that because his mother has that same, and he adores his mom. So yeah, I'm happy the way it turned out, and I'm happy with the script, and it's a very nice, interesting film. I'm so happy that Sivakarthikeyan took the initiative of doing something different. Usually, we all want to, when they become big, they want to invest, I've seen Kamal sir doing it, putting everything, heart and soul back into movies, and I think after that, I'm seeing Shiva doing it. Good.